Hey, mom and dad, is your teen having some trouble with their friends? Have they even gone through a friend breakup, right? Where they have either split ways or they're going through that painful process? Here are my top secret tips of helping your teen through a friend breakup without, overstepping the limits into their life and giving them autonomy. These tips are going to help you coach your teen through a friend breakup and help them establish some emotional maturity. So let's dive right in. My name is Abby J. I'm a certified life coach for young adults and teenagers. I have worked with hundreds of teens and I have spoken to thousands of them on topics just like friendships, relationships, and mastering high school and beyond. So now I'm doing a couple videos for you parents to help you out with some of my most frequently asked questions. So let's talk about friend breakups and how you can help your teen. I wrote these tips in bright yellow and now I regret it. But first and foremost, your job is to help frame their mindset. Now, what do I even mean by this? Well, if you are in the thick of helping out your teenager with a friend breakup, you might be hearing some words like, nobody likes me at school. I have no friends. I've never had a best friend. I will never have great friends. Nobody really loves me the way that I love other people, right? Statements that are so incredibly negative and detrimental to your teen, but also so definitive and so just far-reaching into the future. These should be huge clues and indicators to you that your teen is really in a bad state of mind right now. So your job as a parent is to gently and lovingly reinforce the mindset that you would like them to model. So help them realize that this doesn't have to mean anything about them. Help them realize that this doesn't have to mean anything about their future. And help them realize that they are so lovable. Now, it might be tempting to do all these things in one step and just one swoop conversation. But I have found success as a coach and working with parents when you can gently and just periodically drop these little reminders for your teen throughout their day. And as they open up a little bit more information as what's going on in their life and with these friendships, just help them, bring them back to that center of you are loved. This doesn't have to mean anything about you in the future or friends in the future, and that we can figure it out, right? Because to your teen, this is going to feel so daunting and overwhelming. Let's help them scale it down, right? We don't diminish their feelings, but let's help them keep it in perspective. And that's all part of helping them frame their mindset. You ready for my next bright yellow tip? And that is to stay neutral. Now, mom and dad, let me tell you why I'm a fanatic about staying neutral. Oh man, our mama bear, papa bear heart is pounding and beating and bleeding for our teenagers. I once heard it said that having a child is like having a heart that lives outside your body, right? We feel their pain. We cry their tears. We hate who they hate, right? And we even hate people that they have forgiven and moved on from because they hurt us so deeply by hurting our baby. And so I just want to remind you, stay neutral. And here's why. During this process of a friend breakup, your teen more than likely is going to confide in you or drop hints about who's causing them trouble. And you might know a lot or you might know a little, but it's going to be tempting to jump on and bombard this friend out of the spirit of camaraderie, out of the spirit of I've got your back, my child, I love you. And we'll say things like, oh, I never liked Sarah, or she comes from an awful family. I just, they're not good enough friends for you, right? And we say these things, and we've all done this, right? We've all been chatting with our girlfriends and we bombard their ex or what's going on in their life. And I just want to invite you to take a step back from that because it can cause more harm than it does good. Because statistically speaking, there is going to be a rekindling of this friendship. They might not go back to besties that sleep over at your house all the time or come over for Sunday dinner. They might not go back to that level, but more than likely, they're gonna still hang out in the same groups of friends. They're still going to, be associated with this person, whether it's through their drama group or their sports group or activity. And when we bombard and dogpile on this friend and just think we're supporting our teen, right, by saying all these awful things about that person, our teen will feel conflicted about becoming friends with that person again. They will think within themselves, and they might even voice it out loud and just say, oh, you know what? I really wanted to have a group of friends over, and just to make it easy, I was going to invite Sarah, but I mean, my parents told me they never really liked her, or, she was not invited back into our house. Or worse yet, let's pretend there really is, apologies and time and maturing. And we want our teen to have these awesome friendships. And we've created a riff. And often, let me use some of my big girl words. Often, teens will talk to me and they'll say, I've forgiven this friend, and I actually want to hang out with her, or I want to go to the party with her. And I lied to my parents, or I don't tell them the truth, or I don't hang out with this person because I'm afraid they'll think I'm stupid. I'm afraid they'll think that I'm making the wrong choice because they told me how much they don't like this friend. And as a parent, doesn't that break your heart? So give your teen every opportunity to foster and repair the relationships that they want to, and to walk away from the relationships that they want to, but you can only enable them to do that by staying neutral. Okay, my last tip for you. Oh, I don't need my purple. Offer support instead of solutions. Now, if you've got children that are younger than teens, it might be appropriate to step in as that parent figure and help them figure out some of this, right? I remember I was in 3rd grade when my best friend in the whole world, she was my only friend in 3rd grade, comes up to me, and I'm not making this up, I'm not exaggerating details. She comes up to me out of the blue, we've been playing all day, it's the last recess of the day, and she says to me, hey Abby, I've decided I don't want to be your friend anymore, and I'm going to be friends with these girls, and we've decided that you can't be part of that group, so I'm not going to be your friend anymore, so please don't ever play with me again. Right? And she walks off to the playground. Okay, my 3rd grade baby heart died that day. Part of me died. And I remember my mom was a teacher, and so I went to her room after school, and then she took one look at me and she's like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm gonna go to the car. I went to the car, I laid down on our suburban row, and I just bawled my eyes out, okay? In situations like that, right, when our child is little, right, and there's some emotional complexities and there's some pain that we've never experienced before, it is completely and utterly appropriate for a parent to step in, and maybe you call some parents, maybe you call some teachers, maybe, you help navigate what actually happened and what's going on, right? And can I help my child? Because they need that support. But by the time your child is a teenager, they should be developing some of these skills on their own. They should be developing that emotional maturity to handle punches in the gut, quite frankly, right? And to handle rejection, because that's not something that's going to go away when we graduate high school. And so what we want to do is offer support. It's going to be tempting to call up Sarah's mom and give her a piece of our mind and tell her what in the world is wrong with your daughter, right? It's going to be tempting to chew out your teen and say, you should have been a better friend and blah, 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 blah. But they'll figure that out. And I promise you, it might not seem like it, your teen is very aware. They're very aware. And even when they can take a step back and eventually get some time, they'll gain even more awareness of that situation and how they maybe would have changed things and navigated things. And so just offer your support. And what that looks like is literally saying to your teenager, hey, my baby girl that I love so much, I know that something's happening with your friends, or you and Sarah, had this big falling out. And I just want you to know that I love you and that I have all the confidence in the world that you will figure this out. And I'm here. I'm here if you aren't sure what to say, or you want to have some friends over, different friends over. You and I can brainstorm together and we can figure something out. But I'm going to let you tell me. Okay, and right now, all I'm going to do is just love you, okay? But let me know how I can support you. That literally, take that line from this video and use it with your teen. But you should, at this point in their life, be offering them more support than you are solutions. Okay, my mom and dads, those are my tips for you on how to help your teenager navigate a friend breakup. This is a difficult, social situation and emotional situation that rips your heart as much as it does theirs. And from, just my casual surveying of the teens that I coach and work with, every single one of them has experienced a friend breakup to varying degrees, right? So use these tips, let them help you out. And if you need some extra resources, point your teen over to my channel. It's Abby Winslow, and I'm a life coach, and I specialize in helping teenagers master high school and beyond. So find some tips for your teen, pass on some videos, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And I cannot wait to see you and your teenager in my next video. So, Abby J out.